Looks like we're up and running. It's chilly today, chilly, 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 and it might be drizzling soon, I'm not quite sure. Nice floating pole. The pole had good takeoff this morning. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, good levitation this morning. So, another week starts. Does it make any difference what day of the week it is? I don't really know. I don't know. Those of you who weren't here in the last session, we finally started carving this animal. It's going to be fur for the next couple of weeks, I guess. So what's the setup for today? We have carving, nothing else special to do. We do have a show and tell, a small show and tell that will fit inside my pocket. Come on, camera. Let's work here. Paper is out. Ayumi-san will be working upstairs. Today she's working on another batch of the Plum Blossoms in Moonlight print, one of our long time bestsellers. Another mini Tokaido set. No, not today. It's, we'll see when we get there. It's a bit of a, it's one of those things that we can show and talk about, and then it'll need a bit of figuring out what goes here, what goes there. It's got something that needs to be figured out. Video, thank you. Yeah, thank you. 3 days work. After the stream on Thursday, I went upstairs, put the desk in place, got cleaned up, sat in front of the camera, did the thing. Then Friday was the, not B-roll, getting the slideshow part of it put together. And Saturday was the voiceovers. So 3 days work on that one. And now what's next? Already, what's next? I think the next video should be beginnings part 3, but whatever, we'll see. We've got a bit of a problem with the videos there, in that the last 4 or 5 or 6 videos now have just been talk. No printmaking. Now, the talk is okay, I understand, but we need to do more printmaking on that channel. And it hasn't happened because Cameron's not here. Last February, it's been almost a year. He went home. He's been working from home. And he was the guy that was doing the video, shooting upstairs. And he's gone. Oh, Ken is here. I haven't seen you for a while. Good morning. Ken, the picture you showed me, can you post it somewhere so the guys on the chat here can see this? Ken sent a picture to me this morning. I had mentioned in the YouTube video that I'm upset, not upset, I'm disappointed because people are watching on such small screens. And during the comments to this video, lots of people didn't know. I've got a 40-inch screen, I've got a 27-inch screen, I've got a 60-inch screen. People are all, throughout the sides of their screens. And Ken sent a photograph. And he's got I don't even know what it is. It takes up half the wall or something. So now I'm in a different problem. The screens are too big. People can see the defects in the prints. I don't know. So it goes on TVs. But when you put it on a TV like that, doesn't it get all blurry? I mean, there's good resolution in those photographs for a computer screen. But when you look at it 80 inches, doesn't it get all blurred? I don't know. I have no experience at that. So anyway, let's get some work done. Yeah, I had fun making that video. That was good fun. Choosing which prints to show. That was, you know. And there's a couple of screw-ups. There's verbal screw-ups, you know. I've got cue cards. You know, those of you who've seen me do these things, you know, I'm not just sitting there totally randomly making it up. I prepare in advance what I want to say, what I want to talk about. And I've got to prepare cue cards, otherwise I would just ramble and forget and I'd lose the thread halfway along. So I've got the cue cards and they're on the teleprompter. But I still full of mistakes, you know. At the end there, when I was showing that print, the big print from John Platt, I got the name wrong. I called it the Great Stride. It's the Giant Stride. And when I was talking at one point about the, I don't know, the quality, how the quality of the prints shows up and stuff like this, you know, I mentioned that the woodblock had to be smoothly planed and the printer's brushes had to be smoothly prepared on the shark skin. I tried to say something about how the beginner apprentice had to grind the pigments or something, and I think I used the word expert, the expert young apprentice or something. It's crazy, it makes no sense. I don't remember what I was trying to say, earnest young apprentice or something, I don't know. Alzheimer's, clarity, I'm finished, I'm done. Also, there was a little bit of news and stuff about things. I know a couple of streams back, 2 or 3 streams back, the bot was doing funny things. It wasn't responding to some of the bot commands. And I found out 3 streams ago that when I got the copy of the chat in my lunchtime email, it turned out that there was the first hour of the chat was missing. This would have been last Monday's stream. And then I didn't think much about it, whatever, it's just a momentary glitch or something. So I didn't do anything. Then Thursday the same thing happened. When I got the transcription of the chat contents, it was missing the first hour. So I wrote to Nick, a young man who was helping us with this, and suggested, Nick, there's a time zone setting or something has gone wrong and the chat's missing the first hour. So he fixed it. He wrote back and said, good, got it fixed, no problem. And then the same thing happened again on Saturday. The first hour was missing. So he apologized. He's recently moved from one country to another country, and his server is in one time zone, and here in Japan we're in another time zone. So he got things, time zones mixed up. It's funny. I myself have done that more times than I can care to count. We've got our order processing through PayPal in California time zone, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So in this case, I can say, been there, done that. Absolutely, I've been there and done that. So we'll see today, has it finally corrected or not, I don't know. But one downside is that on the stream the other day, I was asking people for feedback about, what was I asking about? I asked for a bunch of, about the idea of moving one of the streams per week or a couple per month or something. The idea about changing one of the stream timetable. So instead of doing 3 times a week at the same time, to do once a week at a different time. I asked for feedback, and people must have, I assume, typed all kinds of feedback in. And I didn't see it. The first hour of that chat was, it's gone. It's gone. So if you said something in the first hour of the chat in the past through the 3 chats that you really want me to know about, it's gone, and you should... The print with a woman dropping eggs into the water. I showed you the album. It's a set of 12 prints in an album. They're on the collection, and I showed it to you here at one point. Yeah, UTC, of course. You know, that's what we now do in the background, but whatever. So anyway, if there was something you wanted me to know about, and it was in the first hour of one of the recent chats, then you should know that I don't know about it, and I didn't get the information. So. Okay, that's done. Let's go around this curve here. I'm going to enjoy this this animal. You know, these small little curves. They're really, really pleasure to carve. Absolute pleasure. Food discussion, is it? If the yokai matchbook set is on the website, yes. No, give me a break. We've just started. Kawasaki-san is carving it right now. She's carving the first couple of blocks of it. So it's going to be a while, please. So no. It's not going to be months and months down the road, but it's going to be a while. She's carving, there's going to be 3 block faces, and she's carving 2 of them now. But that job is going to get bumped soon. I know. Her main job these days is carving the 3rd print in the 8 Views of Cats series. And she had to pause that because we don't have the color separations done yet. And in fact, that's what I will be working on today after I finish the stream here. I took a break from that color separation work to do the video the last few days. And now that that's done, I've got to get back to it because she needs those blocks. She's partway through making that print. And so for me this afternoon is going to be color separation work. And also I have to move ahead with cats and get the fourth one decided. It's decider time again, and I've got to decide which is going to be the fourth one so that we can start the Hunchter preparation. Day Chan, she's going to be in Hong Kong for a while. She's flown back to Hong Kong because of a family medical emergency. And she's going to be stuck in quarantine there for 3 weeks. She's flying, she flew yesterday, so she's already now in the hotel there. So she needs work that she can do. And she's got a bunch of her own projects, that's okay, but if I can feed her some more work that she can do in that hotel room, it'll really, really be helpful. And I was thinking some Hunchter preparation, get the next Hunchter ready for the cat series. It's, of course, extremely frustrating for her. A medical emergency and 3 weeks. She can't see her family for 3 weeks. So. I don't know if they can visit the hotel or not. I don't think so. Hong Kong's rules are really strict. You've got to be in your hotel room. You can't come out into the hallway. So I doubt she'll be able to see her family members. It seems it's 3 weeks. In fact, there was a story in the Japan Times newspaper just a few days ago from a British, no, not the Japan Times, it was in the Guardian, a British person who had just flown back to Hong Kong working in the financial business. And he was in the middle of his 3 weeks, and he described it in the story in the Guardian, and it was strict. And they are really, really strict. As I said, you can't come out into the hallway, everything's monitored, cameras, etc., etc. So I guess I got no argument with that. I mean, if that's what you got to do to get that thing shut down, then that's what you got to do. So. tomorrow being the first Tuesday in the month, it's going to be cleaning day here. Not here in the studio, here outside. First Tuesday in every month, except January, is cleaning day outside. So it's been 2 months since we had one. So beginning of December, there was a cleaning day. We don't do it in January because the first Tuesday always comes too close to New Year's, so it's still way too crowded outside. But so tomorrow it'll be the first cleaning day in 2 months. So the street's pretty messy. Some specific places on the street are pretty messy. So, and it's my ladder job again, and I'll be up on the ladder cleaning the top of the comedian pictures. It's my job to do half the street. I get this half and somebody else does the other half. And my job is to wipe the pigeon crap off the top of the comedian photographs. So I got tabbed for that because I'm one of the tallest people in the block. So it's still funny, I'm not actually tall at all. I'm 5'11" and shrinking as I go, but still by Japanese standards that puts me up on the tall end. So. It'll be funny tomorrow, the cleaning. I mentioned that we're going to be doing the street cleaning, and this will be the first street cleaning session since the new people joined us next door. The new restaurant that's open next door. They are now up and running, and they're open. And there's also the one on the corner, the people who messed up the sidewalk by drilling up the sidewalk. Both of those places have opened since the last cleaning session. So it's going to be interesting to see, is their staff going to show up for this session or not? And nothing to do with me at all. I'm just going to sit and watch. And have they joined the Merchants Association or not? That's probably already known. So we'll see. It's a bit, iffy sometimes, that situation. If you imagine, for example, you've got a restaurant there and you hire people and they're going to be cooks, waiters, whatever they're doing. They've all got their jobs to do inside the restaurant. Then all of a sudden, the call comes from outside, cleaning time, let's go, cleaning time. Now, if you're a cook in that restaurant, you're not going to drop your apron and head outside and start scrubbing the sidewalk, That's not what you were hired for. That's not what your job is. So, and for the most part, the staff in the restaurants doesn't come out to do this. It's also 10 o'clock in the morning, so a lot of those people just simply are not there already yet. So what you get is a real mix of people. I know the hotel sends out one or two people, and I guess those are the hotel cleaning staff, so they come out and help clean on the street. That's okay, no problem. All the things on the street that are office-type places, which is basically what we are, we send people out there. I go out there. Cameron used to go out there when he was there. Oyama-san will go out. So. But our printers don't stop their printing work upstairs to go outside and start scrubbing the street. We don't do that, and nobody would expect that. And one thing that's really lucky for us is that the theater next door, the comedian theater, there's 20, 30 guys who work there, taking their turns on stage. They all do like 2 or 3 minute turns on stage. The rest of the time they spend their time outside touting. So those guys, those boys, provide the bulk of the labor for the cleaning. So we're quite lucky on this street that we have that huge labor force that just pours out of the theater at 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning. And without those boys, we'd have a much thinner crew. The places that are closed. The shutter's down and they just won't be here. So, except some of them, they're living there. The little bar across the street, Kawayon, the people live upstairs. Next door, their whale restaurant. He's not closed, and he lives upstairs. So those people come out and participate. The Korean hot dog place is up and running. It's fine. They're doing really, really, really well. The last weekend, they were wall to wall. They were wall to wall. Yeah, they're wall to wall. And the grease is a huge problem, a really huge problem. Well, the latter thing, we've got to wipe the top of those things. So, you could do something with a little hook, but you can't see what's going on. So it's just do the thing properly. Get a ladder, climb up there, wipe it. It's okay, Can I film the cleaning day? No, we're busy cleaning. Whatever. So. John says, next time I go to show next door, John, I can't help you with that. I can't help you. I can speak Japanese day-to-day conversation with people. I do not. What these boys do is they're doing slapstick comedy based on memes and whatever's going on in the local TV shows and the last movie they saw yesterday. It's all based on current gag culture and stuff. And they speak in a really rough and ready form, and I wouldn't understand a quarter of it. Well, I don't know what percent, but I wouldn't understand. So I can't sit there and translate the jokes for you. There's no way. There's no way. Both of these theaters, the theater here next door, which is the quote comedians unquote, and then the theater down at the corner next to the Don Quixote store, which is 2 theaters, that's Manzai. And again, without studying it and being practiced at it and being into all the nuances, I can't help you. I don't know what would be a good example. I know if somebody had just come to America from another country and they're learning English, what are they going to get from Saturday Night Live? I don't know. Can they understand that? And I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but the other thing about that theater next door, even though I don't understand all the jokes or most of the jokes, I also have what can I say? I see them practicing in the back street. There's a little back street here. If you go out my door and turn left, go towards Don Quixote, at the end of the block, you turn left and go down to the Lawson. And that's a little street without many shops in it. It's a little back alley almost. And that's where the boys from the theater do their practice routines. They will stand there in the back alley, facing the wall of the condominium building across the street. And they will stand there facing the wall, and they'll do their routine. They're on in 15 minutes, so they do one final run through of their routine, stuff like that. And their routine, this constantly surprises me, is totally and absolutely scripted. Because I'll stand there sometimes and watch, and they'll do it, then they'll roll back and do it, and roll back and do it. And they've scripted it, every second thing. It's supposed to be a straight man and a funny man. And I get that you've got your standard jokes, but these guys script this thing, and it just doesn't seem funny, What can I say? Not only is it scripted, but you can see that they're following a script. So I'm like, get up on stage and be funny. Isn't that what this is all about? But I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, even watching them, they seem boring, even when I don't understand the language. So I don't know. So. Stand-up comedians are scripted. I don't know. I mean, Saturday Night Live, I just mentioned, that's totally scripted. Of course, the guys in the script room write the gags and blah, blah, and then the people rehearse it and perform it. That's a performance. But stand-up comedy isn't a performance. Every comedian's routine is scripted 100% unless they're working the audience. I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but what I would like to, when I see the comedian doing this, I do not want to feel that it's scripted. If I get that sense that it's scripted, it spoils it. It's just somebody reading his script, They've got to be so good at it that they go beyond the script and do it. And these boys, even though I said I don't understand the nuance of the language, it just seems totally, totally scripted. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. It's chilly in here this morning. This is cold. It was really, really nice yesterday. Sunny, sunny, sunny day. Yesterday was a sizing day for me. I was trapped upstairs. I did 2 batches of paper in the morning and another 2 batches in the afternoon. But during the afternoon, I got frustrated, and there was so much beautiful sunshine. So I put the brush into some hot water to soak and went out for a walk. And it was a beautiful, beautiful day. I went across the river, Sumida. A bajillion people out. So much for the stay home campaign. Oh, Dave too. But that was yesterday, a sunny day. Today it's not. It's chilly today. Overcast and chilly. I'd like to see some comparison of the carving differences for thick paper versus thinner paper. I'm not sure what you're up to here. The paper, the thickness of the paper very much affects the way that the printers work. It doesn't so much affect the way that the carving happens. Carving this, we don't, the carver wouldn't have any idea what kind of paper is going to be used on it. Over and above the general things like this, between the spaces between, if your paper was going to be super, super thick, it could tend to get pressed more down in between the lines. If the paper's super thin, it sits up on top. But generally, whatever, we carve to a sort of a standard way, which fits the normal paper we use. Some of that paper in that video, that was super, super, super thick paper. It's almost impossible to get such paper now. That was easy when both sides were free, come out, come out, come out. But now that one side has got all kinds of other carving next to it, this is more difficult, much more difficult. Just cut it in and work up. Did you see the news story the other day from Japan about the Hokusai woodblock that they found? It's a funny one. On Yahoo Auctions, any given day of the week, there's sometimes, old woodblocks. And a common way that the old woodblocks are found, this is really, really common. There's, as I said, any day on Yahoo Auction you can see these items. There's the old hibachi. What's the English word for hibachi? The round thing full of ash that in a traditional Japanese house had some hot coals on. Not for cooking, frying meat or something. Just it had ash and a few hot coals that they'd stolen from the kitchen. And this was the sort of thing to make you think you were warm. And you see them in the old prints. They were circular, sometimes square. And it became common it would be late Edo or Meiji era, that the hibachi for the room would be made out of a square piece of folded tin plate with ash, and then outside it would be pieces of wood. So you've got it looks like a wooden box on the floor. It's got the tin liner inside, ash, and that's your brazier, some kind of brazier, but not actually for cooking with meat and grill and fat and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it became really, really common. These boxes became made of wood with a metal liner. And what they used to use was old wood blocks that had been, thrown away. We've talked about this before. We don't throw away our own wood blocks, but in the old days, once a popular print was finished and it wasn't needed, the blocks were worn out, bang, throw them away. And they would be maybe planed down and reused. But it became really common as a furniture item to make these hibachi out of old ukiyo-e wood blocks. And you see them even you'll go in an antique shop in Paris, you'll see them in there. This was a big deal, late Meiji time. Anyway, the news last week was that some guy in Kyushu, some dealer in Kyushu, sold one of these things, and his customer got it and recognized that looks like a bird. I've seen that. That's a Hokusai print. They investigated one by one by one by one. And it turns out that, yes, what this guy has got on the outside of this brazier is the original woodblock from, as far as they can tell, looking at museum copies of the print, from one of these Hokusai woodblocks. It must have been, it was in the news locally here about a week ago. If you Googled it, Hokusai woodblock hibachi brazier, it'll come up. So now, probably now, from this week on Yahoo Auctions, the price of those things has gone like way up, way up. But I felt nice, and I myself don't buy those objects because they're useless to us, and they're nearly always just junk, and we don't, we can't sell them ourselves. We're not interested in them, so I don't buy those. But I feel a quiet pride. The guy who did buy this looked at that and thought, "I've seen that somewhere before." All power to him. It's great. He probably spent, $100 on the brazier, and now he's got a priceless woodblock, absolutely priceless item. So. And the museums will be vying to buy it from him, absolutely. That's exactly the kind of item that, say, the Chiba Museum here or the National Museum, they would love to get that. So it's good, a guy with a sharp eye. How's our time? We okay still? Oh, yeah, no problem, no problem. Lots of time left. Good. Is the outside camera louder than usual? The audio settings are exactly the same. If it's disruptive, let me know. I can turn it down from here. So we're still inside the first hour. I might not see this. Whatever. Nick says he's fixed it, and we'll see. This is the fourth time. We'll see. The last few days, the last few evenings has been busy on Yahoo Auctions. The Sunday night, Sunday is always busy. There's always lots of stuff on Sunday. And I've just missed most of what went by. Prices, I cannot believe the prices. Just everything is going up and up and up. I don't know why. It's because maybe more people taking part, or I don't know. It's frustrating for me, but whatever. Somebody wrote the other day, and a friend in Australia, he wrote and said, he'd noticed it too. He's been buying on eBay and Yahoo, and prices are up, and he asked me straight, "Do you think it's because of you? You talk about this on Twitch. Is that causing all this massive price increase?" Well, I don't think so. My channel is not that big, and we're talking about something that is sort of globally happening. And this Twitch stream is fun, but it's not. I'm not globally driving prices of ukiyo-e prints, I'm sure. too here. If it's the prices in Japan and Yahoo auctions are going up, but it's certainly not because of me. I have a low profile here in Japan. There's lots and lots of people these days who don't know me. I'm not on TV very often anymore. Our social media is almost non-existent in Japanese. I don't do any Japanese YouTube. Our Instagram stuff is almost always English, so Japanese people tune it out. So I'm not really responsible for this. I suppose in the long term, that YouTube video I did last week, yesterday, the other day, the collection, I guess the international profile of Japanese prints is increasing, and I'm one of the voices that's helping that happen. So I guess because of that, I suppose there may be a trend upwards. The more people looking for these prints, the higher the prices are going to go, I suppose. But what's happening here on the ground is it's way bigger than me, Some stunning prices, just crazy. Like people, I'm looking at this thinking, what are you crazy to pay that much for this, But I don't know, I guess I'm just out of touch. It's hard to say. It could be part of a really, really larger thing. And I was reading somewhere that the thing about how can the Wall Street and the stock market be doing so well over the past year during pandemic, while it's a pandemic. It doesn't seem to make much sense. Why isn't Wall Street getting pummeled? And the writer in the story had said it's because of the amount of money. All the governments around the world have just poured so much money into all the systems, and that money's got to go somewhere. And stocks are an asset, so that's why the asset is being maintained in value, because of the supply of money out there. And then maybe if that's correct, I don't know, but if that's correct, then maybe it's the same thing. Even woodblock print prices, they're considered an asset, and the money has got to go somewhere. So maybe the same thing's happening here, I don't know. Even the little thing that I'm going to show on Show and Tell today, I paid 6,000 something yen for it. I'll show you the link once we get to Show and Tell time. I paid 6,000 yen for it, which I guess is okay, but just a couple of years ago, it would have been a few hundred yen, literally. It would have been like a $5 or $6 item, and I ended up paying $60 for it, and I willingly did so. So I'm part of the problem. As long as there's idiots willing to pay this for those things, that's what they're going to get in the market. Coming along. Hold GME, yeah. Dr. Utker's putting in a cup is tanking if I'm the tastemaker. So what I did with those, I told you about that. I ate one, and my God, I can't eat any more. There's 5 more in the box. I took them upstairs, put them in the printer's room. All of our printers are going to die from diabetes. I passed them out to the workers who passed out. No, what I did was I put them upstairs. There's a snack box upstairs in the printer's room. I know the company revenue, whatever the company has a coffee corner down here for the print parties, and there's a snack box, and the employees, of course, whatever. So up in the printer's room, too, there's a little snack box. It's all wrapped in plastic, Tupperware boxes so that the rats don't have their day at it. And actually, we haven't been taking care of it really well. When we had the shop here and the girls are in the shop, they're always buying snacks and coffee and stuff for the shop. And they also, when they were doing that, they took care of the printer's room. I went up there and made sure, what have you got? What have you got? Do you need more senbei? Do you need more cookies and stuff like this? So the shop girls kept that well stocked upstairs. But it's nearly a year now since we've had no shop, and there's been no snack buying and stuff for down here. Everybody's been ignoring the printer's room. And the printers, even though they could do this, they could go to the petty cash, take the money, go and buy snacks. They actually don't do this. It wasn't their job, and they haven't done it. So what they've been doing, actually, I should get something going on this. They've been bringing their own stuff. And maybe, I don't know, I don't think they're thinking this, but Dave's too cheap to get stuff. No, they know what's happening, but they've actually been just bringing their own. So along with their lunch, they might bring a package of a senbei or something like this, whatever. So before, the company was paying for all those things, and now actually, because of the situation, they're ending up paying it for it by themselves. Yeah. So anyway, long story short, I put these things up in the snack box, and it was Sue-san who was there the other day, and yesterday Shikao-san. She said, "What's this?" So I told her the story, and she took one home. But I warned her. I said, "Look, be careful. This is so sweet. It's like just getting a bag of sugar, pouring it into this cup, coloring it brown, make it look like chocolate, and then Then she says, "Well, okay, we'll try. But no, I won't be having any more of them. It's just too dangerous. Okay, what's next? Grab this group. That's going to be the way it is. Just do a group at a time. One group, another group, another group, another group. And one day you lift your head up and you realize that you're finished. It takes time. Okay, right, 9 o'clock. So the chat is just coming online now, is it? I don't know. Tell you what I can do. In advance of the show and tell today, I should give you an assignment. There's something coming up, and the part of the show and tell we're going to do today, we've received some items, and they're going to require quite a little bit of research to figure out exactly what they are. It's going to be complicated, interesting, fun research. And I can throw a little item out for you right now to do this. In fact, I can, rather than me type here, John or somebody there, can you go to the Mokuhankan collection page, please? And can you look up the Kabuki Ju Hachiban? It's Kabuki 18. If you, whatever. There's two different sets in the collection of the same series. The Kabuki Ju Hachiban prints, the set of 18 Kabuki designs, plays, and they're in the collection twice. And one of the things in today's show and tell is going to be related to the Kabuki Ju Hachiban. It's a set of items, and it's kind of a puzzle. This one references one of those Kabuki plays. This one references one of the other Kabuki plays. So it's a puzzle to try and figure out which one is which. And I'm not going to be able to solve the puzzle here as we look at these things today, but that's going to be the background question to these. As we look at these things, which of those famous Kabuki plays is being referenced here? So that's the puzzle that we'll be facing, myself and Rose, once we get these items scanned and put into the collection. There's also a Wikipedia page explaining a little bit about the Kabuki Ju Hachiban, the Kabuki 18 plays. And it lists the 18 plays and speaks a little bit about them. And that will be a good reference. So as we look at these objects, which play is being referenced? Some of them are easy. There's an elephant in the picture. We know it's that one. Most of them are not so easy at all. Anyway, that's your homework before 9:15 today here. Have we got some links? The Wikipedia page, good. And the collections, we have two sets in our own collection. Also, too, I should say thank you. In the show and tell we did the other day, was it yesterday? Not yesterday, 2 or 3 days ago, Thursday. I showed those that book full of images of small bags, and it's very much a thing. I should have done a little bit more research before I showed you. They are bags. Clearly, they are bags for tea canisters, tea caddies, and I received lots of emails about that. People who saw the stream in a recorded form afterwards, and people sent lots of links, lots of information. An explanation about why the colors are so muted and X. So very much, when we finally do get that book, this is written and scanned and photographed online, there'll be lots of background information that we can include with it. So this is great, showing these things on the stream. It's like outsourcing the research, crowdsourced. It's fun, eh? It looks like fun. This is going to be so much fun to print, you know. The prints we looked in that video the other day, one of the first prints I showed in the video on a nice thick paper, those pheasants and then the fugu fish. If we were to print this on that same kind of fluffy paper, the area here where these things are would be so embossed so nicely. It would really, really, really look attractive, you know. The paper we're going to be using for this, it's already decided the paper for this year's subscription series is quite a thin paper. It's not so rich and fluffy. I mean, cost is a factor, but we're going to be using a fairly thin paper for this. So. There was also, I got to laugh at this, speaking about the subscription series, the one that this print is part of. I had a funny experience, and I put the video up. What's today? Today's Monday, so I must have put the video up Saturday night, I guess, before I went to bed. I did it Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then before going to bed Saturday night, I just uploaded the video. We don't try and time it. What's the best time of the day to put it up? People are awake, asleep. We have a global fan base, so I can't time it. So I put it up, and I went to bed. It's fun. So I get up in the morning, and I know what's going to happen. There's lots of comments on the channel and stuff like that. I enjoy that. That's always fun. But what also, in the shop inbox Sunday morning, there were 6, 7, I don't know, whatever, there were 6 or 7 new subscriptions. Now, normally we get 1 or 2 a day. That's okay. People come and they start up. But to get 6 overnight. So I was thinking, put the YouTube video up, look at this, bang, 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 subscriptions come pouring in straight away. Didn't quite make sense because the video was about the collection. I didn't even mention our subscriptions in there, but whatever. So anyway, so Dave is thinking, yeah, I'm pretty cool, I'm good at all this. You know, I put the video up and there it is. But then I noticed all 7 of the new subscriptions, all 6 or 7, whatever they were all for the new series, every single one of them. So that's a bit strange. Usually there's a mix, you know. People will get one of the old portrait series or even the Chibi Heroes or something like that. How come all 6 or 7 of these are all for the new series? So then I realized, yeah, it's not me, then somebody else. There must be somebody famous has blogged about us or something like this or blah, 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 blah. No, it wasn't that at all. It was Cameron, before going off for the weekend, Thursday or Friday, he had pre-programmed an Instagram post. I guess I didn't know you could do this, but you can. You can get an Instagram post ready, and you can program it to fire off at a certain time. And he had done that, and it turned out that his Instagram post had fired off just about the same time I did my video. And he didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know what he was doing. And his Instagram post featured, of course, the new series. And I think he mentioned we're down to the last few. There isn't much time left now. We're very close to 200. So if you're thinking about this, you better get in there. So the rash of new subscriptions wasn't anything to do with me at all. It's not my, hey, look at this, I'm so good at social media. It was nothing to do with me at all. And we're there. We're going to be shutting it down. And when Cameron comes online this morning, I'm going to get a final count from him. And that's it. We're going to close it off. So nice to carve these curves, you know. If this is all I had to do every day, I could happily live just like this. It's just so much pleasure, you know. Thank you, Koryusai. What did you do in the war, Daddy? I carved a dog hair. At least I think it was a dog. I'm not quite sure. Okay for time still, are we? Oh, it's there, it's there, it's there, it's there, it's there. Hi, 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 hi. Good, 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 good. The show and tell bells are ringing. I don't know. I don't know if this thing's growing out of control or whatever. I don't know. What did I do with it? Where did I put it? Did you see what I did with it at the beginning of the stream? Found. Okay. You know what these are? But what we got here is an unusual format of a thing we've seen before, but in quite an unusual format. You've seen the little pochibukuro, the little envelopes, woodblock printed envelopes that people use to pay money. You know, we use the same thing. I think I keep using the same example. When you go to pay your calligraphy teacher the monthly fee for her lessons and stuff, you would never have given her the cash up front. You put the cash in a little envelope. Now these days, that's not the way it happens. These days, cash goes around all the time. The only time now when you put money in a special envelope is when you're giving a wedding gift, or if you're at a funeral, you put the money in you go to the convenience store, you buy a specific envelope, and you put the money in. These days, that's all it is. If you're going to pay your calligraphy teacher now, you just give her the money, or you touch your card to her terminal, whatever it is. But in the old days, and I'm saying the old days, just about at the time when I first came to Japan, any money transaction that wasn't in the shop, you had to put it inside an envelope. So you've seen these before, but what we have here today is a little bit different. We have here today the package that you bought when you went to the stationery shop to buy these. So what we have, let's look at this one first. Let's look at this one. This is a package that you would buy in the stationery shop, and to my great dismay and disgust, the original price label has been torn off this one. This one still has it. The price label's been torn off. It's stamped Y0.28. So this is 0.28 of a yen, which means it's 28 sen. And what that's worth now, it would need to know when these were made. These are not dated. They are clearly pre-war. If I was just going to randomly put my finger on a calendar, 1920, 1915, 1910, they're about 100 years old. And this is what you would buy in the stationery store. Now this is, I can read some of this actually, I can't read some of it. This is Kyo no Shiki, the seasons of Kyoto. And maybe this was sold in Kyoto, or maybe not. It could have been sold in a stationery store here in Tokyo. And what you were buying was a bunch of the little envelopes to use when you were, quote, paying your calligraphy teacher. Let's move some of this out of the way. And inside, you took them home, and you would now use these little envelopes. And these are, you've seen them before, these are woodblock printed little pieces of paper folded into envelope form for paying money. 28 sen, and I don't know how many were in there originally. There are now 6 here, and there's no way it would have been a package of 6. You don't do things by sixes in Japan. 8 maybe, 10 maybe, 12 maybe. And I really don't know what the value would be in current money. People are trying to do that here, but it changed so much so quickly. There were really times of strong inflation, deflation in Japan through those years. There was wars on, so I'm not so sure. You can put a number here, 450 today, maybe. Someone's saying no six-packs, and I would have said usually no, but we're going to break that rule. We're going to find a six-pack in a few minutes here. A little envelope, you put your money inside, and you pass it away. I can't read. This will be poetic references. This will be a little bit of poetry. We have seasonal things happening here. They could be quotes from tanka poetry. I don't know. I'm sorry. Look at that. The whole poem is printed in metallic pigment. And what I should pop up for you is, hang on a sec here, let me find the link. These arrived just the other day. I got these a few days ago. Where are we here? No, not that one. Just a minute. Sorry, but it's just a sec. Hang on. I can't find the reference. I can't find it. Come in. Here we are. Here we are. I said I paid $6,000. I lied. It's $57.50. Well, with postage inside, of course. Hi, there's the. So beautiful. This is famous Kyoto, of course, the Daimonji, where they burn the. So that's one pack. Okay, no problem. We'll put that aside for a second. There is another pack, very similar, also Kyoto scenes. This one is got a shamisen, so I think this is based on. This is Kuromatsu. I'm not sure the reference here. Kuromatsu. Anyway, we're going to run out of time here, so let me just a sec here. We'll save some of these for later, but the ones I wanted to show specifically were these three. And we have, they're in order. This is Daiichi Maki, package number 1. Daini Maki, package number 2, package number 3. And this box shape, this squared circle thing, tells you what's going on here. This is the Ichikawa Danjiro Kabuki clan, and this is indeed Kabuki Ju Hachiban Uchi, from Kabuki Ju Hachiban 1, 2, 3. These are the 18 Kabuki prints, and they're split into groups of 6. This is Sukeroku, one of the famous prints. This is Shibaraku, one of the famous plays. They're all split into groups. And what we have, I said it was going to be a quiz here for you. Inside, they are 6-packs. This is unusual, 6-packs, 3 6-packs. There's no price on that one. And inside, we have, again, these are the same thing. These are Pochibukuro. Now, there's supposed to be 6 in each one. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4. The lady has already given away 2 of them, so this is not a complete set. But as I was saying, now comes the game part. There are your 6 plays, assuming these haven't been scrambled. What are the plays that are being referenced here? And Dave is not going to pretend to be able to sit here and do this. But Rose-san is going to get to work, and maybe if some of you have got some suggestions on this, which of the famous Kabuki Ju Hachiban is this referring to? This is a woodblock print. A woodblock print, you work at a package of 6 for like $5 or $6. I still just get blown away by this stuff. They've even got, give me a break, they've put Shomenzuri on this. They've done front rubbing to make the handle of this weapon shiny. I mean, what? A gradation here, a gradation there. Come on. I think it's a halberd. I don't think it's a sword. I think it's a halberd, and it will clearly reference something in one of those kabuki plays. A butterfly and an arrow. Again, that will be an extremely good hint to somebody who knows these things. We'll get these in the collection. It's going to take some time. We've got so much stuff to work through, you know. It's going to take years and years and literally years to get this all online, you know. Yeah, what would be done after you receive your money, you know, what would you do with these things? Would you keep it or would you toss it aside? Good question. Good question. That is mythical calligraphy teacher. She keeps getting these envelopes every month from her different students. What does she do with them? I guess some people tossed them aside. Some people collected them. No idea. Maybe you can use it yourself. Pass it on, you know. They're not glued down. There was, funny too, there was glue. Interesting. Can you see the brown stain? So when you bought these things, it had a bit of glue, like a postage stamp. You can put your money in, pop, stick it down. This is tweezers. Ah, this is a Japanese tweezers, and that is one of the big themes from the kabuki. I don't know which one. I'm sorry, I'm not that knowledgeable. But one of these plays does reference tweezers. Somebody is pinching and pulling hair, pulling hairs. Someone said, could I explain front rubbing? I know I've put it away again already. Front rubbing is when you get a normally printed print. You make the print normal, in the normal way, and then when it's finished, you have a wood block carved. For example, if you were going to do front rubbing on this thing here, you would carve a wood block to that shape. You put the finished print on face up. It would be before it became an envelope. You put the finished print face up, and you rub it with a shiny tool, your Baron tool, and it puts a gloss on that particular area of the print. So you literally rub it on the front of the print. It's called shomenzuri in Japanese, front rubbing in English. Very nice to have these. I'm not proud of showing off my lack of ability to clearly identify these. And it's an interesting cultural thing. The person who received the money in this, when they received this, would they recognize the reference that this was to one of the famous kabuki-ju hachiban? I don't know. Case by case, obviously. A more literate person, a person with knowledge of the theater, would catch it right away. A general person may not catch it right away. Okay, the 6 of these packages here, this one is a little bit different, and this is going to blow your socks off. This is going to blow your socks off. This is one of the, the pillars, one of the posts of the Nihonbashi Bridge. This says, Oedo Nihonbashi, nantoka something I can't read. It's referring to the Nihonbashi Bridge in Edo. And we see this referenced in the bridge itself and in Mount Fuji behind it. What do we have inside? It's another package of 6. I finished saying a few minutes ago, they didn't do these in packages of 6. This one is a package of 6. And we have the beginnings. This is Nihonbashi. This says Hiroshige. We have the beginnings of a Tokaido set in Pochi Bukuro. And this is a little envelope for passing on money to somebody, and it is a wood block print. A multicolored, full-colored wood block print. And there's 6 of them, and they are in order. Tokaido, it's Nihonbashi. The next station is Shinagawa. This is not in the best condition. It's been pulped up a bit. Shinagawa, we go down the road, Kawasaki, Etane, Kanagawa, Hodogaya, and Totsuka. 6 miniature little wood block prints meant to be given away. So obviously, what elves carved this? What elves carved this? So this particular auction, we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packages of Puchibukuro. The auction was for 5,700 yen, $60. I'm complaining about paying that much for it, but whatever. How do they make such tiny gradations? With small brushes. Small brushes. Bang. And remember, this is like junk printing. You just blow them out. You print another one, print another one, print another one, print another one. Can you imagine what the craftsmen were being paid for this? Next to nothing. This is a wood block print, carved and printed, carefully registered. It doesn't look like the Hiroshige Tokaido that we know and love. Hiroshige is known to have done many sets of Tokaido prints. Many, at least 30 complete sets of Tokaido. He was in demand for that. This is Kanagawa. And these are nicely done. I am very happy to have these. Mother and child? It's not her pet monkey? No idea, you tell me. Mother and child, can I? With a leash. What are we looking at here? Look at my finger. Look at the scale of this stuff. Just give me a break. Tiny bit misregistered. Don't complain. This is just too much fun. And then the 6th one in the package, this is Totsuka. And a really interesting question that I can't answer right now. Was this actually a complete Tokaido set? Now we have here 6 of these things in here, and the package itself has it doesn't even mention Tokaido. It's just Oedo Nihonbashi. And I really can't read. It looks like is that winter? I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I can't read the last characters here. So was this package number 1, and there was another package and another package and another package all the way down the Tokaido? They're numbered here, numbered 1 to 6. And it says Tokaido Ichi, Tokaido Ni, and they're numbered 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. But whether that's all that existed or whether there was a full set made, I have no idea. Would it have been another one? If it had been a set, surely they would have put it on the package. It would have said Tokaido set package 1, Tokaido set package 2. Why would they just do this? So I don't know. I don't know. Some previous owner of this, because this washi has become so soft and so easily damaged, somebody has sprayed. They've taken a piece of stronger, thinner washi and they've glued it to the back of this envelope because the envelope presumably was coming apart. So some previous collector owner of this has tried to preserve it by pasting it down. That's fine by me, that's okay. So there we go. Another little treasure, a $60 investment and pleasure that's just going to be so much fun for people down the years. Again, just to believe that this was actually done. This was actually done. These are woodblock prints. There's no doubt about it. So it hurt. When I bid it, it hurt. You know, I thought, this would have been just a few dollars just a few years ago. It doesn't need to be $60, but whatever. Yeah, there's wood grain. Somebody's pointed that out. This is also traditional too. These wood grain, the pillar here on the Nihonbashi, there's a carved and printed wood grain pattern. This is not wood grain from the wood itself when they were printing on a piece of wood. This is a carved part of the image. It's wood grain carved as part of the image. They will be in the collection pages at some point. We'll be shooting them. I don't know when. We're just whatever. We're digging through it way by way. And whether there is more, I am going to keep my eyes open now to see if I can see more one day. Who knows? Find some. Okay, there we go. Okay, a nice standard little stream. I got a little bit of work done. We had a nice show and tell. Today's Monday. I will be back here 3 days. This is now my longer break in the streams here. I'll be back here Thursday morning. I think I'll be here carving. As I mentioned to you before, we have a real printer problem now. We've lost Dei-chan, she's back in Hong Kong, and we've lost Kubota-san and Chiharu-san. They are off on a project of their own. They're outside contracted workers, so I can't control their job, and they're gone for a bigger job. So I have lost 3 printers this week. We're okay, we're going to keep doing our subscription prints, but it might mean a lot of things, back numbers in the shop might start to become out of stock. We'll have to take them off the website one by one. And if we start to get behind on the subscription prints, we then ring the alarm bell, and Dave then goes upstairs, grabs his Baron, and some of these streams may come to you from the room upstairs over the next month or couple of months. We'll see how it goes. But to lose 3 printers, not permanently, they will all be coming back to us, but right now, bang, to lose 3 printers all at once is tough going. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll be back here in a few more days, Thursday morning. See you then, and I'm very curious to see if the chat all came through to me so I can read what happened over my lunch. See you there. Bye-bye for now. Thanks very much. See you on Thursday. Is that a baby? I don't think it's a baby. I think it's a dog and a baby dog carriage. Is he gonna, on my floating post, is he going to? Oh, no, he didn't. We're okay. All right. Oh, he is going to. He went around the back side. Come on, lady, do your job. Wash it, please. So much for our floater. She didn't wash it. This is not so good. I know people walking their dogs now. There's 2 things they're supposed to do all the time. One is they're supposed to pick up after the mess, which didn't happen here this time. But the other thing, they're supposed to carry a bottle of water. And when the dog leaks a little bit, they're supposed to spray with the water to sort of, rinse it out a little bit. She didn't quite do that. Anyway, public shaming. Yeah, they wash the wee. They really do that. They wash the wee. Okay, I am out of here. Thanks very much, guys. See you next time. See you on Thursday. Bye for now.